Hey friends! My name is Desiree, aka Mama Friendly. I do all sorts of videos on my channel, cooking videos, vlogs, hauls, Disney content, a little bit of everything. So if any of that sounds like fun to you, I hope you'll subscribe and join me on my YouTube adventure. Speaking of adventures, I hope you enjoy background noise because kiddo is on one today. He's been up since like 3 a.m. He's blasting his iPad, running around the house, screeching his little head off, having a blast. I'm not gonna stop him because he's happy and he's awake and that's that. So again, hopefully we can focus right here and not so much on the background noise. I just wanted to do a very simple recipe today. It's autumn. Autumn means pumpkin and pumpkin spice to me. And I'm wanting a little bit of comfort food, so I looked up a simple recipe that I happen to have all the ingredients for. So hopefully if you're used to gluten-free and dairy-free baking, you've got all this stuff on hand as well. If you're not so interested in gluten and dairy-free baking, you could obviously use regular flour, regular milk, and just make it normal, I suppose. But I do eat gluten and dairy-free, and so all of the recipes on this channel are gluten and dairy-free. I'm going to be making some pumpkin muffins, and you have the option of coating them with cinnamon sugar at the end once they're finished baking. I'm not going to do that because I just want something simple that I can grab for like a quick breakfast or a snack or what have you. But there are so few ingredients in this, and like I said, you probably have most of these things on hand already. So if you're wanting a little quick sweet treat, this is the recipe for you. This recipe is for pumpkin maple muffins, and I have already preheated my oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Like you can see before you, there are very few ingredients to this. So I'm going to jump right in and let you know what we're going to use. First off, we need a ½ cup of canned pumpkin puree. Make sure you're using actual pumpkin and not pumpkin pie filling because they're two very different things. This is literally just pumpkin. So ½ cup of that. 1/3 cup of milk, and you guys know I always use my original nut pods. It has the best texture and flavor to me, so anytime I need to cook or bake with anything dairy milk related, whether it's heavy cream, milk, what have you, I always substitute it with the original nut pods. 1/4 cup of pure maple syrup. That's going to be our only sweetener in this, unless of course, like I said, you're going to coat it with cinnamon sugar after, which I am not. 1 egg. You need 3 tablespoons of a neutral tasting oil, so like avocado oil. If you want to keep it paleo, if you don't really care about paleo, you could use vegetable oil, whatever, just as long as it's not something strongly flavored like, say, an olive oil. That's going to give you like a taste to your muffins that you don't necessarily want there. So 3 tablespoons of any mild tasting oil. 1 cup of all-purpose flour. I'm using Bob's Red Mill 1-to-1. It's what I always use. It's my favorite gluten-free flour. 2 teaspoons of baking powder and 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. So we're going to use just 1 bowl, and what we're going to do is that we're going to put all of our wet ingredients in first. We're going to combine them, and then we're going to add our dry ingredients right after. So again, super simple. As a matter of fact, I could use a hand mixer or stand mixer with this, but I'm just going to go ahead and use a fork because I'm trying to keep it really, really chill today. So first things first, my ½ cup of pumpkin puree. Measuring that out. And obviously you're going to have some left over if you're just opening a can for this like I am. Luckily for you, I have an entire playlist of recipes that use pumpkin. Some are desserts, some are savory, but if you're looking for things to do with the rest of that can of pumpkin, look no further. I'm going to have a link up here in this corner and also in the description box to that playlist. Our 1/3 cup of milk going in as well. Comes my 1/4 cup of maple syrup. Boom. My single egg. And my 3 tablespoons of oil. So we're going to mix all of these together. Next goes in my cup of flour. Got just a bit left in this bag, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this bag off and then open up another one. When you bake as much as I do, you always have extra flour, extra sugar, etc. on hand. So I am prepared. Okay, that looks good. Boom. And now we need 2 teaspoons of baking powder, which seems like a lot to me, but I mean, I'm going to go ahead and follow the instructions because that's what it says to do. And lastly, 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. Boom. So now we're gonna give this a mix and combine it all together. And that's that, you guys. Look how simple that came together. So here I have a silicone pan, I guess, that is meant to hold 24 mini muffins, which is what this recipe is meant to make. The recipe doesn't say to do it, but I'm gonna go ahead and spray these with some nonstick spray. This is the kind I use because it only has avocado oil in it. It doesn't have soy or any sort of like weird propellants. So everything's got a nice little coating of nonstick. I'm just gonna go ahead and put a little bit of our batter into each one of these cavities. And like I said earlier, I have the oven preheated to 350, and these mini muffins should be ready to go in about 15 minutes. It feels like there's not a lot of batter here, and the recipe is meant to make 24 mini muffins, but honestly it kind of looks like I'm gonna have enough for a second batch. Maybe not a full second batch, but certainly more than what this pan wants to hold. So that's nice, right? I'd rather have a little extra than have too few. I'm actually already seeing a lot of lift from all that baking powder, so that's fun. And yeah, there's not a whole lot there. I could probably make, I don't know, I'd say maybe 6 more muffins with what I've got left in there. But I'm gonna go ahead and stick these in the oven now for 15 minutes, and we should have our muffins very soon. Alright friends, there's my mini muffins. They baked for exactly 15 minutes at 350, and they look good. They feel good. Obviously some turned out a little smaller than others, but that's fine. I think I'm gonna give them, let's say 10 minutes to cool before I try to pop them out of their mold. I am gonna go ahead and move them though, if I'm able to safely do that, because as you can see I did put them on a metal pan to kind of give some stability to the silicone pan, and I don't want that metal pan to hold on to heat and make it harder for these guys to cool down. So I'm going to give them 10 minutes starting now, and then we'll pop them out and have a taste test. Ten minutes have elapsed. Everybody's feeling nice. These are just for me, by the way, so it's fine if I play them like bongos. I'm gonna just go ahead and pop one out, and you can see it pops out very easily. Nothing stays behind. Cute little, they're almost the size of the little Entenmann's. I forget if they're called little bites or mini bites or something, but they're kind of comparable to that. And like I said earlier, if you wanted to at this point, you could brush them all with some melted non-dairy butter or regular butter, up to you, and do an equal mix of cinnamon and sugar and just kind of dunk them in like that to give them a little more sweetness and some crunch. But I'm fine with them like this, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a taste. Yeah, that's really nice. There's a subtle sweetness to it. You can taste the pumpkin, you can taste the pumpkin spice. These are really, really good. They're going to make a nice, easy breakfast. They're going to be a good snack for your kiddos' lunch boxes. And it came together so quick and so easy, so if you're wanting some little comfort treats, this is a great recipe for you. Alright friends, that's going to do it for me today. If you try this recipe, please come back and let me know how you like it. Make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell, because I have a ton of stuff coming out in the next few weeks. And as a matter of fact, starting December 1st, I'm going to be putting out a brand new video every single day from the 1st through the 25th as part of Vlogmas. And there's going to be all sorts of things in there, vlogs, hauls, but especially recipes. I'm doing a 12 days of cookies series and some other fun things along the way. So again, make sure you subscribe and check that out. Thanks for being here, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you real soon. Bye!